Alrighty. See if we got sound. Alrighty. See if we got sound. We do have sound. Alrighty. And so normally, I don't know if it's a new thing YouTube has going on, but normally Streamlabs OBS would capture the video, but today it isn't, so I just put up my plugs earlier. So wait a minute and see if anybody will get in the chat. While I wait, I will put my links into the chat. So you just skip ahead a few minutes if you're watching this later. If you're watching this now, you don't have a choice. Except to turn it off, and don't do that. Let's see. Oh, no, not that. Free consultation. Calendly.com/coach-money. Once again, if you're watching this, I'm just typing in my plugs now, and then we'll get started. Email is coachdmoney@gmail.com. What up, TP? All right, CP, appreciate it. Anyway, even though you can't hear me, maybe you can hear it later. Thanks, CP. Alrighty, I typed it to him since he's not listening. What else? Oh, donations. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. And what else? Oh, Instagram. I haven't posted anything on there in a while. I need to do that at Coach Steve Money. And what was the other? Oh, the YouTube channel. Everybody knows the YouTube channel. Alrighty, so let me do my plugs, and then we'll get going here with the show. Actually, I was going to wait on that, wasn't I? Yeah. So let's get rid of these. And we'll do that later. Alrighty, so there's the Ramsey show happening. It's still that chat. And I'll put in there doing my, I can't type Aftershow in there anymore, but I'll say doing my thing on my channel. Starting now. Alrighty. So the chat's still open, but I guess I'll go ahead and leave from there. Today the Ramsey show host was Ken Coleman. I do not have a song for him, but I do have a song for his co-host. Let's sing. I got the earbuds today instead of the big earphones. She wanted to host, and yes, Dave needed one. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw one. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw one. If you want some sass, Jada's got tons. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw one. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw one. Jada's had paid off for 60 down, and now they have mutual funds. They're incredibly in better shape now. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw one. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw one. helping people get the steps done. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw 1. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw 1. Financial peace for all is their mission. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw 1. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw 1. Back up to the bridge. Jennings had paid off for 6 feet down, but now they have mutual funds. They're incredibly in better shape now. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw 1. Dead fuck for Shaw and War. Shaw 1. Alrighty, so it's Jade Warshaw song. Next up, let me check the chat, see if anybody's watching. Nobody's watching. That's okay. Alrighty. So this is one of 2 Baby Step songs that are in my music playlist. I'll show where that is in a bit. But this is the newer Baby Step song. And let's try it out. This is much harder to sing than the original one. Gotta start low. If you want to fix your finances, I know a guy can help you get debt free. If you didn't know he has a show, and let me tell you, the advice is really great for you and me. Step 1, start emergency fund, then it's time to pay off your debt. That's step 2, that you're beginning small and sludges, you'll be winning, ain't seen nothing yet. You and me, just plan to rub it. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fund, pay off debt, full fund, invest, get college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. Then you'll be in step 3, saving for emergencies, and that's financial peace. 3 to 6 months of expenses, you remain gazelle intensive, then there's less urgency. Step 4, investing in retirement, needs addressing, save your kids a college gift. Before you know, your step 6, paying off your residence. Step 7, build wealth and give. You and me, did thunder rubbing. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fund, pay off debt, full fund, invest, get college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. If you pay cash instead of leave, then your wealth will be increased. You can have financial peace. It's higher. If you pay cash instead of leave, then your wealth will be increased. You can have financial peace. A name for every dollar, that's intention. What up, Maddie Bags? Hashtag mention. Do the steps that go of apprehension. I said a name for every dollar, that's intention. What up, Maddie Bags? Hashtag mention. Do the steps that go of apprehension. You and me, did plan to rip it. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. If you pay cash instead of lease, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. If you pay cash instead of lease, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. Last time. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fund, pay off debt, full fund, invest, get college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. Come on. Alrighty. And there we go. Live from Cabot, Arkansas. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm Ramsey Solutions financial coach, certified financial coach. And let's go back to, where is my page? Not on here. Oh, no, it's not. Let's go to it, shall we? Let's go to it. That one, and then that one is my channel. There we are. That's my channel. Alrighty, so back to the plugs once more. I'm Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. Upcoming live streams, Ramsey Coach with Coach Steve Money. That's usually on Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, except November 11th, but also this Saturday as well. It will not take place. It'll be on Sunday this week as well, and so that will be on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and also the 12th on Sunday. But this weekend is also going to be on Sunday, and but normally this would be on Saturday nights, so that's when you can catch it. Normally, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, we're doing this one now, October 26th. And I still don't know what day I'm going to be off yet, but I will be off work on the 7th, 8th, or the 9th, one of those 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And then that will be when the next after show is on. Alrighty, and once again, I'm Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. These links are in the chat as well as in the description below the video. And this appointment is virtual. It's through video conferencing, so it can be from anywhere in the world. So hit me up. You can email me about coaching or anything on my YouTube channel at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can ask me about the Ramsey stuff or anything else on my YouTube channel. Channel donations, PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. You can add me on the ground at Coach Steve Money. Of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. All right. Now, what do we have coming up next here? Okay. Market report. It's been rough after a update for the NASDAQ yesterday, at least. Market overall has been down. The Russell Small Cap Index is up a little bit today, but overall down. Let's see what the futures are doing. I guess I should reload, make sure we got the most current data. And the futures are up. So looking good for tomorrow so far. Let's see what the rest of the planet's doing. Everything down in Europe. Almost everything down in Asia. Let's see. We have the US dollar up against the euro, not the euro. That sounds yummy though. The euro, US dollar up against the Japanese yen, but the British pound, love, up against the US dollar today. The US dollar above the Canadian dollar, and the Australian dollar, mate, is up over the US dollar. Our pals in crypto, let's see what they got. Ethereum and the Cardano. And the Doge is up, the XRP, and the Bitcoin is down. A lot of people talking about the Bitcoin, as always. They like to do that. The problem with it is it's just not enough time yet, because you see the history of it. it went up there like there, and then people were like, no, 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 I need that money for other stuff. And then it got up this high, and then people were like, no, sell, 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 sell. And then governments are like gonna, it's not gonna be transparent. It's not gonna be hideable anymore. Government's gonna take a bite out of it. Increasingly, government taking a bite out of it, and so from the high, it's just dropped way, 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 way too much here, and so you can't really compare it to any of the other indices at all. So it's just too volatile. So and the part of the reason is because you got crypto bros doing it. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. So. Time will tell in the future. And of course, we already did the futures. Let's see, what else did I want to say about this? Amazon reported today. Let's see what happened. Looks like good news based on this. Revenue soar, advertising revenue soars to $12 billion. Q3 earnings beat. They missed the target for the cloud. Okay. All right. But still, they blow past Q3. Ad revenue up 26%. Okay. So, as you can see, I guess right before or right after that announcement, it shoots way up here. The gray is the after hours trading. And as you can see, then it came back down even below just for a little bit. And when it does like this when it does a straight line, I mean, granted, they just announced it, so that could be traders doing that, actual traders. But sometimes when it's a straight line up and down, it's computers doing it, where they're set to sell at a certain mark and buy at a certain mark. And so, but anyway, as you can see, spent some time down here, but then went positive again. So we'll see how that bodes for tomorrow. So it was negative 1.5% today, and it's up 4.86 in the after hours trading so far. Let me go there. Okay, A9 with the Ola, every dollar not available there. Yeah, I mean they got it banned because the governments don't like them using Financial Peace University, the word university, because it's not, a college, as we call it here in the United States. It's not a university per se. There's no sound. There should be sound. Let me check. There's no sound. Is there no sound? Let me check. There's no sound. Oh, because is there sound? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Oh, because yeah, okay, it's working. Oh, is there sound? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Ready? Okay, great. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. What is the NASDAQ and Dow Jones? I already talked about that, didn't I? NASDAQ is going to be your, let's go back to, there we go. NASDAQ is going to be your tech stocks. It's most of these, let's go back. It's most of these, all of these are going to be in the NASDAQ. And these are the most followed single stocks on the Google. And so you got your Apple, your Google, your Microsoft, your Amazon, your Meta, the others formerly known as Facebook, and the Tesla. But as you can see, if you want to compare, now 2 years ago, the S&P was higher for that year than the NASDAQ was, but the previous 4 years, the NASDAQ was higher than the S&P, and I think last year, the NASDAQ was higher as well. Let's see, over the past year, 16.71%, and the S&P over the last year, 8.67%. So as you can see, and of course that that contains the recent downages on those. Dow Jones is the total market, and that's going to be lower than either of those most likely. Yeah, 2.34% up over the last calendar year. So, but the NASDAQ seems to be the one that would get you the most money. So if you're old like me, Dave is fine with you being more aggressive. And so I don't have the four-way 25% each split that he suggests. Because he said it's fine to be more aggressive if you are older and starting investing. And unfortunately, like the guy that was complaining about being, I can't remember who it was complaining about being old in the Ramsey show chat today. He's 33. He still has 30 years in the market still left to go. So no complaining from that gentleman. No complaining from those of us that have like half of that time. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Ramsey show is still streaming. Oh, yeah, that has happened before. It was open the whole weekend one time. So people were just chatting on and off the whole weekend. So yeah, that's not very good, is it? What else do we have? What happened to that? I had an article. Let's check the history. Is it that one? No. That's not the one. Inflation battered retirement savings in 2022. That happened. Oh, let me pull that up from the old Discord. That's from a field reporter, Sid the Kid. That's not what I wanted to do. No, that's the whole thing. I just want the link. Sorry, not prepared. Not prepared. Copy that link. Copy link. There it is. Okay, I was just hitting the wrong thing. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Okay, from thehill.com. Surprising new study finds investing in Legos better than gold, stocks, bonds, and art. Now, granted, it's a weighted thing here, and it's from Russia, so take that as you will. But researchers in Russia found Lego sets return an investment of at least 10 to 11% annually, but so does the S&P 500 index on average. That's faster and stronger than stocks, bonds, gold, and many other collectible items like stamps or wines. Yeah, if they're not, I mean, they can sell for a lot if they are not opened. Once it's open, the supply of that particular set falls, and eventually the set becomes rare. Collectors hunt for it, and the price inevitably rises. So that's just an interesting thing that I thought was interesting. As I said, I think we're done with this now. Are we done? Mod forgot to push a button. I think it's timed where it takes off. I don't think they have to manually stop it, but I don't know though. That's just a guess. All right, so hopefully I have this on the right photo. I do. Okay, so it's the very first show and tell. New segment on the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, otherwise known as Project X. Might change it to Coach Steve Money Show, maybe. But we'll see. Okay, so I have some stuff. Who else sent me stuff? I think just CP sent me stuff. Chris Pittman. Oh, and let me put his logo design. And that would be, whoops, designedbypittman@gmail.com. So if you have any merchandising needs or you need a logo or something like that, if you like mine, he did mine. Let's see. So this is George Lucas, and for his archaeologist, for the name, he gave it the name of his dog, Indiana. His dog, Indiana, was also the inspiration for Chewbacca. And you see they kept some of that look there, like up at the top there. That's kind of like Chewbacca's look there. And that's from the Star Wars, in case you guys didn't know. Let's see. What else do we have? I think you got something else from Raiders. Yeah, this from Raiders. This is from the Well of the Souls, from near the end of the 3/4 way through, I think, the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is on one of the columns, and you can see it's C-3PO and R2-D2. They just snuck it in there on one of the columns. In the Well of the Souls. This is, oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, AJ sent this in, and this, you can see he was kind enough to put up the Ramsey logo, which I will not ban on my show, even though they aren't letting me type in Aftershow in their chat, but I won't ban it, just because that is the nice kind of guy I am. And he put my logo on the other monitor there. But this is his, he has this one sheet for Jaws. I don't know. I mean, that looks fairly old. I don't know if that's I mean, it looks like the actual, an actual one, so that might be an original instead of a reprint. So, yeah, his Jaws poster there. And Indiana Jones and Jaws, both Steven Spielberg directed by. What else do we have here? Okay, so this is the lot and new buildings being built in the field next door to my apartment complex. And this is why I cannot get fiber internet that is cheaper and faster than what I have now. But I cannot get it because the fiber company has said they're going to wait until that's completely built out in order to before they build the fiber going into this apartment complex, which will be, as you know, the wide, like all everything on this side of it is already built, and that's where I am now. And this is to the next side of it. You can see right there. That is, oh no, that's a different set of buildings. But up here, right in this area, it is. Can you see my? Yeah, you can see my cursor. Right about there is a Sonic, but otherwise it's basically kind of a country highway area here in the Cabot, Arkansas. I had this for another thing, but this is the newspaper that Doc Brown brought with him back to show Marty that they had to go to the future the day before this so they could stop Marty from getting arrested. This is the Halloween potluck. Signed up for my work there. And so, as you can see, I signed up right there for chips because there's chip dip, but nobody signed up for chips there. So I did chips. Also wanted something cheap. Another thing for me before we get to good stuff from CP. I was watching this video on Göbekli Tepe. I'm into a lot of history stuff. From Johanna James' channel, Funny Oldie World. And guess who was on the trip that she was on? Michael Weatherly from NCIS. He played Tony on there. So that was a big surprise. Alrighty, so okay, we're into the Chris Pittman section of show and tell. And so since I didn't have any other ones from anybody else, I decided to use, I think I used all of his. This is stuff from the fire in Canada. That was like 3 months ago, something like that. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. That kind of looks pretty cool, except for the devastation part of it. And then the Northern Lights. Took a picture of that. Yeah, right there, as well. And I think that is it, right? Oh no, one more thing. Yeah, wildlife there. He took a picture of, I don't know, is that caribou? I'm not up on my animals. I don't know. Yeah, that's not deer. Is that caribou? I think so. So anyway, so ends the first ever show and tell segment on the Ramsey Show After Show. I will try it again next time. Go ahead and send your submissions for that. It doesn't have to be anything personally revealing about you, as you've seen. I just did stuff about basically media stuff, film and video stuff, and then CP just sent stuff of the outdoors. So it doesn't have to be anything personal. But you can send it, and you can send in any comments about it as you wish. And of course, that goes to the email coachdmoney@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to showcase it. And again, that one will be either on November, 7th, 8th, or 9th. That Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday is when the next after show will be. Okay, so they explained these in the Ramsey show today. Steps 1, 2, and 3 you do in order separately. Steps 4, 5, and 6 you do in order at the same time. Save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. And then once you get that, step 2, you pay off all debt except the house using debt snowball. That's smallest to largest. Step 3, save 3 to 6 months of your personal expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. You get to choose the amount of months. It can be 3.2 months. It can be 5.6 months. It can be 6 months. Dave doesn't want it to be more than 6 months, because if you have that money saved there, you can't apply them to the rest of the baby steps and get to step 7. That makes you getting to step 7 makes that take longer. So 4, 5, and 6, again, in order still, but all at the same time. Invest 15% of your household income into retirement. That is gross household income. For that, use net income to decide how much house you can buy. Save for your kids' college fund if you have kids, and if you want to help them, if both those things are true, you can do step 5, and that means you just have to start to address it. A lot of people think they have to do like lump sum on that. No, you just have to address it. You can take the amount of money you think they will need for college when they are 18, and then subtract or divide it by the divide it by the number of months until they are 18, and then you can just put that amount away each month. And of course, you can factor in the investing if it's going to be invested, which it should be. Pay off your home early. And that is step 6. And then that's build wealth and give. And a lot of people ask what step 8 is. Step 7 covers everything. Building wealth and giving a lot of it away is, what else are you doing? What else do you need to do there? Everything else that you would do with money is covered by building wealth and giving it. And of course, you can spend it. Starting in step 4, you can start doing vacations. You can do whatever and if there's a spouse that you and your spouse agree with, then you can put that in the budget. Alrighty, so I'll refer back to the baby steps if the questions are about those, but we'll start with questions, and we will go back. Normally, it's reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey, not run by Ramsey Solutions, run by... Did I do it this way? Run by fans. No. Why did that flip? Huh, why'd that move back? That's not fair. Okay, let me find where it left off. Because there are some that I haven't done. I don't want to skip any. Because I do these on Saturday nights as well. This weekend, it'll be Sunday night though. As previously. Previously. On the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Let's see. So the light blue ones are the ones that I've done before because I clicked on them. That's why they're light blue. And so, where are we? Come on. It's not that far down. Oh, that was like that. Nope. Credentials. I know I talked about that one as well. How much time? I think we're right in the area here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. So I haven't done these before. Car insurance in Texas. So be grateful it's not the state up north, Michigan, because they have the highest in the United States. How's that car insurance in the UK, A9? You still awake? Boom, boom, boom. The shark in Jaws eats debt. That's funny. That's from Naval Cracker 780. Car insurance is lit. My car insurance is killing me and I. Almost touching the cost of my car note. I have about 9 more months to pay off. Anyone know any good affordable car insurance in my market? Houston, Texas. I say just compare them. Just compare them. Just see what you can do on that. Just get different estimates on what it'll be. Get different quotes. Does a beater make sense? Dave often talks about getting a beater car for a few $1,000s. I question this as there are so many times you get a beater and then you need a new tranny or water pump or something major, and that 2,000 beater cost you way more. Yes, but guess what? You could also buy a $10,000 car, and then that one could need a new tranny or water pump or something major, and that $10,000 car will cost you more as well. So you don't know. All you can do is get something that sounds like it's running decent and have your mechanic, not the dealer, not the other person. You have not the other person's mechanic, but your mechanic, a mechanic you pick, and look at it before you buy it. This is from Baltimore, Bobo, Balmer. Baby step 7. How much additional are you saving in terms of percentages? Are you doing an additional 10 to 15% in brokerage accounts? Okay, so that's like, so you paid off your house, and then you get to do what a lot of people want to do instead of pay off the house, which is invest more. And so, yeah, I mean, there's not going to be, people have different situations, different expenses and so forth. There's not going to be a set percentage that you could say, this is how much you should put in there. Once you're on baby step 7, you should be spending more and having some fun, certainly. You should be saving more, and that would include investing more, and you should be giving some away. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, Anon. Listen to, did I swallow? My bad. That's what she said. Insurance ridiculous in the UK. All right. I'll have to take a look at that. I am interested in that. To see like what prices are like for insurance. She said crackling your bottle. I know it crackles. I'm so sorry. I have a cheap water bottle. I'm just cheap in a lot of areas. Like I'm not ever buying a $30 cup for anything. I mean, I could have billions of dollars and I wouldn't buy a $30 cup. So there wouldn't be any Yetis with me. No Yeti with the Coach Steve Money logo on it. Not going to. All right, for silver percentage, 960, classic car. Should I get a loan to get a classic car? Well, that's not the question. The question is, should you get a loan to get anything? And the answer is negatory, good buddy. Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. I owe about $30,000 on my house, and so yeah. Another 6 years and it'll be paid off. Pay that off instead of get a classic car. The classic car is going to be a toy, and so toys you definitely pay cash for. You don't get a loan for anything except the house you live in. So that's the that's pretty fairly cut and dry there. 2014 Honda car that's paid for. That's my daily driver. I have a company work truck I use for my daily. He said that one was his daily driver. Illogical. I have 20 grand in the bank. I'd like a Corvette or Nova or Chevelle or GTO. Yeah, I would like to have a lot of things, but I do not get them because I'm not getting a loan to get them. So, yeah. I mean, in some of the 87 comments here, I'm going to say a third told him to go ahead and get it. To go ahead and get a loan. I'm sure a third of these people told him that. So, if you just want justification, I mean, why not just do what you want to do? But you're on the Dave Ramsey subreddit. I'm sure some people told him no loans as well. Everything's a status symbol now. A9 said after saying her water bottles are the same. Yep. Sell rentals to pay off primary. Yes, that is a Dave Ramsey advised strategy. I heard conflicting opinions that Dave gives on this. Well, somebody's lying to you. Wanted your inputs. He has never said you keep a rental and don't pay off with an unpaid off primary. He has never said that ever. So somebody's full of it that you've heard from. 2 rentals and a primary. We have about 50% equity in all properties. One real it doesn't matter how much cash flow. Doesn't matter the rates either. Would anticipate being able to pay off primary if sold both rentals. Yes, pay it off, and then you can save the mortgages on all 3 of them. You can save those up every month until you can buy a rental in cash, which is the Ramsey advice instead of what you're doing. You're doing it wrong, sir. Mexicali pickle. All right, ready to sell rental, but ... Hey everyone, my husband and I moved to a new state about a year and a half ago and decided to rent out our old home instead of selling it. We're currently renting where we live now. We did this to make sure our new jobs would hold out. Okay. Yeah, it's good to, if you go to a new state, it's good to rent there for a year. That way you know if you want to stay in that state, and then you don't own a house in that state that you don't want to stay in. So that's a very good idea. And get to know the area first. There you go. We've come to a point where we've decided we need to sell our old home. Oh, because you rented out okay, so moving isn't an automatic. A lot of people think it is, probably especially like crypto bros and such, but a lot of people think that's an automatic. We will we're moving, instead of selling our house here, we'll just be long distance landlords instead. So let's see, we come to a point where we've decided we need to sell our old home and use that to pay off our student loans in order to follow baby steps. That's how it works. My question is, do you all think we should use some of the money we make off the home for a down payment on a new home and pay off some of the student loans with what remains? Dave is not going to say to get a mortgage if you have other loans. So the other loans need to be cleaned up first. Or should we use all of our profit to pay off student loans completely? Yes. And then save for a down payment? Yes. Plan B. Just looking for some perspectives. Yeah, the Dave perspective is plan B there. You pay off all your debt first and then you save for the down payment. Here for bad choices. Well, it wouldn't be a bad choice if you take Dave's advice, but you know, you may hear the Dave advice and still make a bad choice, and that is up to you. It's America, it's a free country, and so that way you can do what you want to. But definitely come to the Dave Ramsey subreddit and run it by everybody, though. Which is fine, because that's content for me. How about that? Everything works out for me. Just started the baby steps with my wife. Honestly, giddy and with finally having an active plan, okay? Oh, see, the user ID got me. Username got me. Seems like everything's fine, though, so far. We'll see. Like title says, just sat down with the wife. You can stand up while you make a budget, too. It's possible. It sounds silly, but having a plan is already so satisfying. Indeed. It makes me want to get to work and make some more money, even though it's 10:30 p.m. on the weekend, right? You can work on the weekends. It doesn't have to be all day. I hope we both keep the enthusiasm, and good luck to anyone else on the journey that's reading this. Well, that's nice. That's a lot better than I thought it was going to be with Here for Bad Choices. That's on me for prejudging. That's my bad. Let's all not prejudge, unless you want to. Then you can do it. Buddy background, baby step 2 flair, ideas for gazelle lifestyle. You don't spend money on anything else except the baby step you're on. That would be the gazelle thing. I'd love to hear from the sub. What creative or out there things have you done while paying off debt? Oh, did I? That's it. Some questions sounds familiar to me. We didn't do anything crazy. We just didn't go out to eat. I mean, we weren't doing much except going out to eat was the most thing that, and then we cut other things out of the budget. We didn't do anything crazy, but just those 2 things alone was a lot of money. And what to do with the money? I've done all these too, so I'll flip to the new ones there. I'll probably address these. Where can I find more about the investments Dave proposes? You can go to the YouTube and you can YouTube search Dave Ramsey investing, and that will bring up a bunch of videos. Watch them all. But basically what he says is his plan is a 4-way split. He calls them something different, like growth and income, aggressive growth, that kind of thing. I never remember which one is which. But basically a small cap, mid cap, large cap, and international. And so he says to do that, a 4-way split, so 25% each of your 15% for retirement investing, your 15% of gross income for retirement investing. And so yeah, so you can watch all of those, and he says other things like that you can to find specific investments, specific mutual funds. He recommends managed for retirement because they can make more than the index funds. 40% of them make more than the index funds, so why not make more money instead of doing something that's easier and just do the index? What else was I going to say about that? The general advice. It's you want something with at minimum a 10-year track record. More is longer. But like at the beginning of the show when I showed you the Bitcoin chart, you saw that it's too much all over the place, and in a short time, too much all over the place. And so you want someone with like at least a 10-year track record, and that consistently beats the 10% average, 10 to 12% average and right now it's probably closer to 10% with the recent downages, but the 10% average per year of the S&P 500 index. So it's something that beats that, and something that has at least a 10-year track record. Alrighty. So now we can go to, again, the reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey, and we sort by new. Sorry, watch your ears. I'll try not to crinkle. Got to put the pinky up because I'm high class like that. Oh, let's see if they have anything else. Nope, nothing else. Hey, Nan, you still awake? She's over in the UK, love. What would Dave do? Flair, Spicy Cheeto 666. What would Dave do? Pay off debt or keep saving? I'm lost right now. Well, if you bother to put the what would Dave do flair on it, and you maybe take a glance at the baby steps, it says step 1 is save $1,000. Says step 2 is pay off all debt. So I'm thinking that's got you answered, doesn't it? My whole life, I almost freaked out over that as well, thinking it was whole life insurance, but not. They're actually talking about their whole life. Was told to save, right? And well, you weren't saving if you were taking off debt. That's the anti-saving. Recently discovered Dave Ramsey, excellent. Now I'm questioning things, good. Question everything. I'm on the fence right now and looking for some input. 25, 2 years in workforce, 43K after taxes. Okay. Pay off the debt. No car payment. Excellent. Use that 12K. Take that 12K down to 1K and put it on the debt. Pay off all the debt. 587 for rent a month. That's great. Don't know if he's splitting that with somebody or what. Let's see what else got going on there. Whole lot. I know. Might have to change this. You run to change that right this second, and that'll be cheaper as well. You're 25 years old. Term life insurance will be way cheaper than 133 per month. Calling is roughly, calling it maybe roughly 170 per month for other bills like food, utilities, etc. That doesn't seem like that out of line. So that's not the problem. The problem is the debt. You got to pay it off, and the whole life, obviously. Should I stop saving? Yes. And since start contributing bigger payments to my loans? Yes. I can pay the credit card off easy. I'm just worried about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with these loans, and honestly fear losing stability. Need some advice here or a pep talk? Okay. Well, you have 1K in credit card debt. That would be all gone. So you would not have to worry about that. You can take that and take care of that immediately. And then it looks like it's just the getting rid of the whole life and getting term insurance will free up some cash flow there that you can put on the student loan. Looks like just the student loan after that, after getting rid of that 1K. So that's great that it's not more than 1K in credit card debt. And so then you'd have 10K to put on that, so then that's 24 more K. And so yeah, so you got kind of some gazelle intensity to do to take a look at your budget and see what you can cut down. If that 170 includes more than one streaming service, cut down to one streaming service, that kind of thing. Sell anything you're not using regularly. But there you go. Yeah, baby steps. Take a look at the baby steps and follow them. A lot of people do have, I find they have a problem of they're so close to their own personal situation, they can't read this list and just find out exactly where they belong in there. Because they're like, I don't know, should I do? So, yeah. So sometimes people need to be told. And that's okay. That's what I'm here for, to tell them. You're doing it wrong. Why did I click on that one? Was that today? Oh yeah, I did see this one earlier. Yeah, and I wanted to see how many comments on there. But Roth over traditional is because now the only time it might not be better to do Roth is if you only have a few more years to invest. If you have any appreciable time in the market, it's better to pay taxes now on the contributions rather than the taxes later, because the growth will be way more than the contributions will be. And so all that would be tax free at that point. All right, let's see. Somebody typing some stuff. So Dave's plan is a failure or not? No, I think it's worked great for him. And he has millions of documented success stories, man. You, John? Gazelle intensity? No, we're not an animal, but we can do something with gazelle intensity. So there you go. What up, CP? So, yeah, Manu John. I mean, if you don't agree with Dave's advice, you don't have to follow that advice. But why be in a chat that says the Ramsey Show Aftershow show if you don't agree with the advice? Why not go to the debt leverage show or something like that? I don't understand. I mean, you're welcome here, obviously. Not going to let you troll, though. But you can disagree all you want, and you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do his stuff. But if you are having money issues, then maybe you try his plan, which, again, millions of documented success stories. And whatever way you're doing it does not have that kind of track record. So, but yeah, Roth over traditional, like I said, except if you only have just a few years that in the market. If you don't have that much time in the market, if you have any appreciable amount of time in it, the growth will be substantially bigger than the amount of the contributions. All right, baby step 3, flare from Dan 313 threat. How big should a 3 to 6 month emergency fund be? Okay, so there's two variables here. We cannot decide that for you without knowing those two variables. The first variable is how many months are you comfortable with? Does it depend on what the amount would be total? So you got to think about that as well. So you get to decide the number of months. It can be 3, as I said before, 3.2. It can be 5.8. Whatever you feel comfortable with, anywhere between 3 to 6 months of expenses, but not more than 6 months of expenses. That way you can finish the rest of the baby steps, 4, 5, and 6 here to go after you save the 3 to 6 months of expenses in your full emergency fund. The other variable is your personal expenses. Nobody knows how much that is. And granted, your expenses, you should have been, if you're on step 3 at that point, hopefully you will be doing a budget and you maybe have found some things you could cut out. So definitely take a look at that again. Never hurts to look again to see what you can cut out and not have to spend. And so then, like for example, for emergency fund, an expense would not be investing money. So you don't have to add that in there, because if there's an emergency, you're not investing. You're stopping investing. So see what you can cut out, and then it is whatever number here you decide times whatever your expenses are, and that's the amount. All right, somebody recommending this Space Coast Paul. How to get rich, the best single best video with Dave in the history of Dave Ramsey. Okay, it's an interview with Alex Hormozy. Okay, so there's a link there if you're interested. I don't know why that's clicked. I don't think I watched that. Boom, boom, boom. I am not missing a huge point. How about you make one? Make a good point. You haven't made a good point yet. Waiting for one. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. Midlife Genesis. I don't know what that is. Incorrect advice from Rachel and George. Let's see. Listen for an episode today where a guy whose income is VA disability and SSDI, which are both untaxable unearned income. Okay. Rachel and George told him to open up a Roth IRA when his debt is paid off, but he doesn't qualify to do that. Okay. They could have made a mistake. It's possible. Really, there's a credibility to this guy. Okay. You would think they would know that, but I don't even know that to be 100% true. So I don't know that either. So boom, 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 boom. People don't have what it takes to do this, to do all of this. Yes, they do, Manu. There's been millions of people that have done it. I just told you that. Millions of documented success stories. People have done it. Not everybody's going to do it. No, Dave will never be out of business. Banks will never stop making money. Banks will loan you way more than they should every single day for the rest of existence as we know it. I promise you. So there will be many people that won't do it. Absolutely. We're not talking about them. We're talking about people that are tired of doing it the same way everybody else says to do it, or some person just typing in the chat says how to do it, and then they're tired of doing that. And so they want to try another plan. And again, Dave has millions of documented success stories from people that have followed his advice. You have nothing but exclusive. Yeah, they did it, but now they have to redo it. No, they don't. What do they have to redo, dummy? What do they have to redo? Quit saying stupid stuff and actually explain your point. Make a point. Make a relevant point, please. Ruined talent. How much work is too much work? Should be TOO there and not MUCB. So maybe it was typing fast on a phone. If so, then I get it. I've recently accepted a new job with 35 pay increase. Excellent. In the same field I currently work as a CNC machinist. It will be 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Current job is 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, it'll be a time shift, so and work 36, but you get paid 40. Yeah, you got to consider all that in there. So you're doing 4 less hours of work, but I would think 35% pay increase would take care of that for you, make it worth it for you. Let's say you have enough paid off time to have 6 hours every Friday off for approximately 2 years. This would be approximately 70 hours work. At my new job, I would be eligible for overtime for approximately 2 months. Is 70 hours 2 gazelle temps for someone age 28? No way. No way. You can do. I've done that at way older than that. I've worked 70 hours in a week before. You can do that. All this plans, it's all these plans, not all this plans for one thing, Manu, are not going to be enough for what people actually want. What people actually want is to have financial peace, and that doesn't mean they get every material thing that they want. Yeah, that's not part of the plan. So if you want to do that, this is the wrong plan for you. If you want to get everything you want right now, this is not the plan. You may be able to get everything you ever want eventually, but not now, no. First, you have to do the pay off all debt, for example. First, you have to get the emergency fund. So people should want to be out of debt and should want to have a full emergency fund before they want to buy something new. So again, I'm not saying everybody's going to do it. No, of course they're not. Of course they're not going to do it. That's what I said. Dave will have a job forever. Ramsey Solutions, everybody there will be working there forever. That is no problem. Banks will still be in business and they will make a ton of money off of people like yourself. All right. Smile for Slath. 2 days ago. What time is it? How long have I gone here? Hour 9. All right. I'll do an hour and a half. Maybe, probably not 2 hours. At least an hour and a half. Do we have options? Let's see. Hello, my family. I was 30. Dave Ramsey back in June. Hit the ground running. Put aside $1,000 and paid off our last car note in a month. Excellent. Only had $3,600 left and had $4,800 in savings when we started. Great. Leaving our only debts at one student loan at $4,700 and one credit card at $12,000. We make $6,200 a month. Other things, rent, daycare, 2 babies. Daycare will take a bite, definitely. That's for sure. No money put in savings, no eating out, no security, just like right. How do we pay down our debt? If my husband worked every single Saturday for a year, we could pay it all down. You could pay it all down anyway. You have to find some expenses to cut. You have to sell stuff you're not using. If you want a drastic result, you have to do something drastic. You have to take drastic action for a drastic result. You're an FPU currently. Hopefully that and the people you're taking it with, hopefully they will be able to give you some specific ideas on your exact situation, but you got to cut out expenses. Because paying off the debt, getting out of debt is more important, because that way you can get further down the baby steps and complete your emergency fund, which is better than having extra stuff. Of course, it's not just Dave. It's going to be more and more people after this. Even then, they won't still get what they want. Right. No, you could get what you want if you do this plan. If you get out of debt quickly and then you're not paying on debt, then you have money to do stuff with. They don't have to redo it. And you act like it has to be something that everybody will do. No, it doesn't. It has to be the right thing to do, the smart thing to do, the thing that's been proven to work millions of times over, and then people can choose if they want to do it or not. This is America. I don't know where you are. It's a free country. So you don't have to take Dave's advice. But for example, the people that call, they're calling for Dave's advice. The people here on the Dave Ramsey subreddit should not be surprised by getting Dave Ramsey advice. So, you don't have to speak up for the common man. Just tell me about yourself. Why don't you want to do it? Don't worry about everybody else. You can't help them. Now, granted, if you didn't have any debt yourself, if you had a full emergency fund and a paid off house, you could give to charities and stuff to help people. But other than that, you can't make them want to do this stuff. You can't make anybody want to do it. They have to want to do it, or yes, it will not work. But guess what? Millions of documented people have done it. So what's your deal, man? Don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry about what will have when Dave formulated the plan, he didn't say, well, what is everybody going to do? No, he decided what the best thing to do would be to get you fastest from point A to point B, and that's the baby steps. And you don't want to do it. For yourself, none of it's going to work. Then what are you doing in the Ramsey chat then? What are you doing in the Ramsey show, Aftershow chat? Why are you here then, if none of it's going to work? If it did, then why would these plans exist? So that people can do them. And you're wrong that it's not going to work for you. You don't want it to. You're not willing to sacrifice what it takes in order for it to work. So that's on you. So good luck in whatever plan you're going to do yourself. Whatever thing you're doing, it doesn't seem to be working so far. So why are you here? Are you here just to troll? That's a pretty big waste of time. I seek out things that I agree with and things that I like, instead of just going somewhere and saying, yeah, this is not going to work in my situation. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you and your little situation. This is about a plan that has worked, again, for millions of people. So it doesn't matter what your little situation is or what you want. Okay? If your thing doesn't work and you wanna try something, how about trying this plan? Okay? But hey, if your thing is working, go do it. Why are you in this chat? End up getting to do it. Why would they have to do it again and again and again? You haven't explained that. You keep saying the same dumb crap over and over again, and you haven't said why they'd have to do it over and over again. Why? No, once you get out of debt and you don't take out any more, you don't have to get out of debt again. So quit being stupid. And even I don't have a solution. Okay, well, if you're not worried, then what are you doing here? I mean, I appreciate the views. Thanks for dropping by. But again, I don't search for stuff that I don't agree with. So why are you here? But again, why would they have to do it? I am the one that's acting like it's a solution. Why do you care? Why do you care what I think is a solution? Why do you care what Dave Ramsey thinks is a solution? And if it's worked for millions of people, documented now, not just him saying it, it's documented that it has worked for millions of people, then you're wrong that it has not worked. Millions of people are not insubstantial. That's very substantial. So you're just full of it. Continue being full of it. Salau3, how do I sell my car on loan? Hello, I'm 20 years old and almost a year ago made the stupid decision of getting a Ford Mustang. Yeah, that was stupid. Technically, I can afford, right? Affording the payments doesn't mean you can afford the item. Millions of people can work it, but they are still doing it or even on the way to do it. Again, okay, I'm going to give you one more chance. One more chance. Explain why they have to do it again. Once you pay off debt and you do not take out debt, you do not have to pay off debt again. Once you do these steps, you do not have to do them again. What don't you understand about that? Are you understanding impaired or something? If you are, I'm sorry about that. But I don't know why you don't understand this stuff. Once you do step one, you don't have to do it again. Unless you, with this one, if you have an emergency, yes, then you have to build it back to $1,000. But then once you have that, and then you pay off all your debt, and then you don't take out any more debt, then you don't have any debt to pay off. Once you save the 3 months of expenses, only if there's an emergency do you use this, and then after that, you would pay that back. You would build that up again. Investing, you do that. Once you start that, once step 1, 2, and 3 are done, you start investing. And then you keep investing until you retire, and even in retirement, if you don't need the money for retiring. So once you save for your kids' college fund, you don't need to do that twice. You don't need to pay off your home twice. So you're stupid. Why are you being stupid in my chat? No, all you have is debt, and more debt. I haven't been in debt in 17 years. So that's you that has debt. And that's your choice because you're not paying it off. And you keep taking out more debt. That's you. That's your problem. If you don't have debt, then you shouldn't work. You still have expenses, dummy. There's still expenses. Stupid. Alright, where was I? Obviously, you are working those plans. Yes, I am. And guess what? Worked. One of the millions people. One of the millions of documented people. Yes, worked. What's your excuse why you can't do it? The expenses aren't the debt, dummy. Debt is something that you do to get something in advance. A expense is like your gas bill, where you use gas and then you pay for it as you use it. That is an expense, not debt. You're stupid. Maybe, I don't know, maybe is there a language barrier? Are you not from America or something like that, where you don't understand the difference between expense and debt? I would look up expenses and I would look up debt, and it doesn't say the same thing on it. Debt is a loan or a credit card. Expenses are not debt. If you cannot get out of the expenses, then you're just like in a maze running. Well, nobody's going to give you groceries for free, dummy. You're so stupid. All right, I had enough of you. You're stupid. Quit being stupid. Alrighty, enough of him. Alrighty. Just a troll, probably. Not actually somebody legitimately thinking that, because it's a lot of stupid stuff. Was it, how do I sell a car on loan? Okay. So anyway, the way, should I take the negative equity hit, try to negotiate, or find another buyer? You do not take it, turn it into the dealer. That will cost you the most money. You sell it, you take out a smaller loan for the difference, and you get out of it that way. Smaller loan is approved to get rid of a larger loan. From Girl08, baby step 1, would you default on your payments while doing the baby steps? No. You're supposed to not do that. You're supposed to pay them off. Why would you? You don't like not do your payments so you can work the baby steps. You don't do that. No, you pay minimums on all of your debt. On step 2, like you don't pay off one and skip all the other ones. No, you still pay the minimums on your debt. Let's see, if that's what they're saying. At the part where you talked about diluting your efforts by paying multiple things at once. Yeah, that means paying a little, like paying $1 extra on each one. Instead of doing that, you put it all to the smallest debt. I'm wondering if it's wise to stop paying my unsecured credit minimum payments while working the steps, but I'm scared to get in some kind of trouble. Single mom, low again, not super financially literate, and any suggestion would be appreciated. Sure, but yeah, that just means to concentrate your efforts on the smallest debt, but on the rest of them, you do still pay the minimums. On all the rest of them, you don't like just pay $1 or $2 or $5 extra on each one. That doesn't help you. Getting rid of the first one as fast as possible is what helps you, and that again is part of the reason why this plan works, because by doing it smallest to largest, you get rid of more debt quicker, you get more wins quicker, and then that motivates you to keep going. Yeah, I blocked him. Got tired of his crap. I think it's a troll, but some people are stupid like that. They are. Think that debt and expenses are the same thing. Stupid. Like, oh, you're gonna follow Dave Ramsey's advice, and then all of a sudden you get free groceries. That's not how it works. That's pretty hilarious. Chris asking, because I think you got messed with all of that. Oh, did you show and tell at the beginning or going to at the end? Oh, yeah, I already did that. I did that pretty close to the beginning. I did probably, let's see, I sang the 2 songs, and I did the market report first, so maybe 15 minutes in or so, Chris. Something like that. 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than 15 minutes in. Baby step 2 in student loans from Oliver's mom, 19. Baby step 2, Flair. I'm about to be starting baby step 2. I have to get another $100 in my emergency fund, but we'll have that on my next paycheck. I have student loans, a car, a personal loan for a home repair, and one credit card outside of my mortgage. My question is, do I separate my student loans by individual loan or view them as one? If they're individual, you pay off the smallest one first. Yeah, you look at them one by one. 18, starting financial journey. Yeah, okay. CP is going to watch that part. Yeah, and much appreciated for your contributions, sir. Thank you so much. I also put your email address in the chat and mentioned that you did my hashtag mentioned that you did my logo. So if anybody needs logos to email you. Exhaustion, 18, starting financial journey. That is great. You're just a baby at 18. You have so much time to do things right. It'll be fabulous. And that is much better than being twice that age and then saying, oh, I need to start a financial journey now. Yeah, starting at 18 is much better. Moving out soon from Kentucky to my girlfriend in Washington. Beep, 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 doo. Do not buy a house with her. Do not move in with her. My current plan is to contribute to my 401k starting from day one at my job and set myself up to never touch it. You should have, assuming you don't have any debt, you should have the 3 to 6 months of expenses before you start contributing to that. And some places don't let you do it at day one, and so that may give you time to do it. But get your emergency fund in place first before you do any investing. Because as you can see, so you see, step 3 here comes before step 4. So you don't do step 4 before step 3. All of these are in order. Step 1, 2, and 3 is in order, are in order. One at a time, and steps 4, 5, and 6 are in order at the same time. Boom, boom, boom. What up, Christina? From the UK. Avoided buying a new TV tonight on credit. Excellent. Was tough to keep my old TV, HD heat TV for the bedroom. It's a HD TV. What, you can't get higher than HD. Or, oh, you wanted the 4K. I see. Yeah, I don't have 4K myself, so... You know, I mean, you gotta think, you know, I mean, I'm sure the 4K is better. I'm sure it looks better, but, you know, I would be interested in seeing one side by side and seeing how much better it is. And then also you got to think, unless what you're watching is 4K, then that's not going to matter. So, like, for example, I'm doing high definition. 1080p, but I'm not in 4K. So if you had a 4K TV and you're watching the Ramsey Aftershow show, that 4K TV is not going to help you. The TV will survive 3 years until debt free. Make it survive another year or whatever you need to for the full emergency fund as well before. And then once you're on step 4, you have my blessing to put a 4K TV in the budget. Absolutely. How'd that meeting go, CP? Good? Let's see. What are we doing here? Things that we don't want to know. He wants a dilemma deciding between the MX high yield savings account. For the 3 to 6 months of expenses. Any one is fine. Probably the one that pays the highest annual percentage yield, but it also you have to have immediate access to it. No 1 to 3 day transfers, because emergencies are not going to wait 1 to 3 days while the money gets there. So you have to have immediate access to it, and that means you need to have debit card and or check writing privileges to your high yield savings account. So let's see, slide edge. Right. Again, you can go with the highest one that lets you have immediate access to it. It has to be liquid hot magma, as Dr. Evil says. What things do you disagree with Dave on? Nothing, I think. I mean, definitely not the baby steps, anything financial. Let's see, he calls it, oh, and the public loan service loan forgiveness program. Yeah, because it's a handout that not everybody gets. So, and he doesn't even want a handout that everybody gets either. So, how about you work for your money? If you take out a loan for college, how about you pay it back instead? What's wrong with saying that? Plus, I've talked to a few people, it doesn't matter, who've gotten their loans forgiven through the program. Great. Yeah, it's not a very high percentage. So someone who got them forgiven, call up the show and debate him on it. There's no debate. There's such a small number, you can't. It's not like, well, if you sign up for this program, then you'll definitely get your loans forgiven. That doesn't happen. So I really like Dave's. Right. That's great. You don't have to agree with him on everything, but he's still right on it, whether you agree with him or not. What is a Dave or Dave-ish way to handle being sued by a credit card company for debt? Dave likes to say it's not going to be any drama for it. It's not like it is on TV where you go to court and there's, drama and there's, and all that kind of stuff. And you can probably settle with them for less. Once it gets to this point, you can probably settle it for less. And if they have something, you have something they can take away, then they'll take it away. So it just depends on what you have that they can take away. They can, or the court can order that you owe them X amount of money, and then they can take away stuff that you have. So it's up to you. Freaking Scallion, Gazelle Intensity. What up, Sid? Sid has a 9-year-old TV. In spirit only, no audio. Okay, so she can't see me say hi. Let me see. So I'm doing that. She's probably listening or watching on her phone. So that was for you, Sid. What are y'all's thoughts on Gazelle Intensity? How Gazelle Intense have you guys been? Any crazy stories working 80 plus hours? I didn't work 80. I don't think, did I? I know I worked 70. Did I work 80? No, I don't think. I know I worked 70. Probably 70 was the max that I worked. For that, but again, crazy. We didn't do anything crazy. Like crazy for us was like we didn't go out to eat. Trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean, because we weren't living high on the hog to begin with, so we didn't have much to cut out, but we did cut out some stuff. I didn't get burnt out. I don't know about my ex-wife though. If she did, I don't think she told me about it. I mean, she knew that it was the right thing to do, and basically she let me handle it. But she knew it was the right thing to do, and she agreed with it all. So she probably wasn't involved as much as Dave would suggest, but that's better than a spouse that is against you doing the baby steps. Should we reduce our debt by selling what? Oh, the house? Now you can. It's up to you. Let's see. 350K in debt. What's the bring home? $9,500 a month after taxes. That's a lot. So I mean, it depends on where you are. Sell the boat. If you only have one car, I mean, I guess you keep it. But yeah, bringing home 10K a month, pay that credit card off really quick, or all of them. Maybe one of them, if they're spread amongst a lot of cards, you can pay it off immediately. Boat payment. Boat payment $800 a month. Boat's gone. Bye. Bye boat. Bye boat. And see how you can do. I mean, if you're not getting anywhere, or if there's no expenses you can cut, then you may have to sell the house. But I mean, with that, with 1100, it doesn't say if there's children, so it might just be man and wife, but still, 1100, depending on where you are, that might be about the cheapest apartment you're gonna get as well. So yeah, that boat would be gone, and that'll free up 800 a month. How about that? And then out of your 10,000 a month after taxes, almost, you can cash flow the 2,000 that you will need to pay off that boat. Maybe somebody will buy it for 32. List it for 35 and see what happens. Discover freedom. What do you think Dave Ramsey would say about a free checking with 1% rewards? He's not a fan of any type of reward system because that encourages you to buy more stuff that you don't need. Discover, but does a lot more for you. It's not trying to do more for you than use your money in your checking account. Why would that be a bad thing? Because it has been proven by many universities that if you have rewards on something, the average person is going to spend more on it. And everybody thinks they're the exception, and then they are not the exception. What time is it? 6:36. All right, I'll do this last question, and then I guess we'll call it a stream. Baby step 3, Flair. There's a debt for you with a fully funded emergency fund. How has your life changed in ways you didn't realize it would? I mean, it's financial peace is what it is. I mean, you don't have any debt anymore, and you have expenses, sure, but like I told the dummy that was in here earlier, expenses aren't debt. Just because you get out of debt and save up a full emergency fund, Walmart's not going to give you free groceries. You still have to pay for those. The electric company's not going to give you free electricity. You still have to pay for that. So probably a troll, either a troll or dumb. So anyway, I gave him the correct advice, and I explained how those things are different. Also told him to Google it so he could understand how they are different. Incredibly freeing to be able to make these decisions on my own, not have them indirectly made for me by creditors. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's great. How's it changed in ways I didn't realize it would? No, I think I realized them all. I mean, once you start watching the show, listening to the show, like you hear the people and you can hear the weight lifted off of them. And you just know yourself that you're not paying any more money to anybody for a loan. You have a fully funded emergency fund. You do not have to save that again unless you use some of that money for an emergency. So you have that, and that's done. And that's the definition of financial peace. So, but it pretty much like I realized it would be, which is pretty cool. Wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change it. Don't want anything enough to go into debt for it. Day in 13 threat again. I lied. I guess I'll do one more since I read the user. Baby step 2 Flair. Lost time value of money. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and guess debt leverage is gonna be suggested here. Either that, or let me use my intuition here, my ESP or whatever. I'm like the girls on Mean Girls. I have a fifth sense. Let's see. Or what else would this be? This would be yeah, because if it's like your time that you're putting into it, That's worth, I mean, that doesn't cost anything. So you don't have to pay anything for that. Granted, you can't do other stuff, and so you might feel like you're working all the time, that kind of thing. But let's see what this person is talking about. Currently in baby step 2 and I have 120K of student loans left. My only other debt is a mortgage of about 350K between me and my wife. We're in our late 20s. Our combined household gross income is anywhere from 215K to 230K over the past year. Since starting our first jobs after graduation, we paid off about 96K in student loans. Great, big chunk of mine and all of my wife. During the payment pause, given our current rate, I expect to be debt-free except the house in the next 1.5 years. Great. I'm a dentist and she's a speech pathologist, probably bringing in the bags. We also recently found out we have a baby on the way. Congratulations. My question is, I'm currently missing out on a 3% match in Simple IRA. Yeah, you know Dave would say to definitely not invest during this time, especially with a baby on the way. Yep, and only a small emergency fund currently. Right, you're stopping everything and just piling up cash. You're not even paying extra. You pay minimums on the loans. You pay minimum on the loans. Any type of stork mode here or emergency mode that you're in, you stop investing if you already are. And you don't start investing. So don't be worried about missing out on that. That'll happen later. You should follow Dave's advice. Totally fine with delaying it. Just wanted to ask other opinions. Well, you're not totally fine with it, or you would have just said, I'll just do what Dave says to do then. He's smart. He's had millions of success stories. I'll just do that then. Or I'll get the opinion of some person in the Reddit chat that has made the thread contentious enough to be locked by the moderators of this subreddit. So, yeah, I would just stick with Dave's advice on that one. Alrighty. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Let's see. Oh. We as a community pay for where I live. And at lunch, someone posted about Dave Ramsey. Oh, positive post about that. They have 110K debt and paid it off in 16 months. Excellent. First time I'm seeing that on the local community page. That is excellent. And that's in the Canada, eh? A lot of people complain about in other countries they can't get FPU or they can't get bank access for every dollar. You can do the baby steps in any country. You do not need those things or to buy anything Ramsey in order to do these steps. I didn't buy anything until I paid for the coach training. Upcoming live streams. This was the October 26th one. And the next one will be either the 7th, 8th, or 9th of November, and that will be a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I do not know which one of those days I'll be off, but there will be an after show for one of those days. Submit your show and tell stuff to coachstmoney@gmail.com, and I'll continue doing the show and tell segment. And most Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, is Ramsey Coach with Coach Steve Money, where I basically do the same as this show, but it's there's no singing, and every once in a while I talk about the stock market, but there's no like every week there's a market report, that kind of thing. It's basically just answering the questions, going over the baby steps and answering the Reddit and Facebook group questions is what that is. But here it's a little looser and I do a bit more stuff like the show and tell segment. Okay, so once again, if you don't know who I am, or you forgot, or you just want to hear it again, I'm Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com. This is Coach Steve Money. That link is in the chat and in the video description below. And that appointment is via video conferencing. So you can do that from anywhere in the world. I usually use Google Meet for that. Email me about coaching or anything else on my YouTube channel, like Oak Island. New season starts up on November 7th. Very excited about that. I'm currently recapping older seasons that I had not previously recapped. And so I'm on season 4 right now of recapping. I've already done 1 through 3, and now I'm working on 4. And the original group that I did first season 9 and then season 10, and it's season 11 that's starting on November 9th. But again, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com for any questions or any submissions for the show and tell. Channel donations can go to paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. You can have me on the gram @CoachSteveMoney. Of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/CoachSteveMoney. Thank you so much for watching. You take care too, Chris. Much appreciated, sir, for your time to watch and obviously for the great logoing you have done for me. Again, his email is designed, past tense, it's at the top of the chat, designed by Pittman.